Safety is of course one of the most important things at your factory, and you would like to integrate it into your continuous improvement system so that it becomes one way of working. And the best way to do this is to launch the safety pillar into your continuous improvement organization. So let's talk about that today. Hello, I'm Tom. Welcome to my channel where we talk about continuous improvement in an industrial setting. And this video's topic is the safety pillar, to really integrate your safety management system, your registrations, and of course the improvement of safety at your location into your continuous improvement cycle, together with all those other aspects that you would like to improve. Like any other pillar, the safety pillar has its own set of KPIs, has a registration system that it really tries to boost, and of course it has the improvement on its own sphere, which in this case of course is safety. The safety pillar has its own set of KPIs based around the safety targets that you choose for your company. It builds the system of registration and management of safety parameters, and of course, as any other pillar, it has a number of improvement steps and improvement methods that it uses. Now, there are some common KPIs for safety pillars, like the number of recordable incidents, the severity rate of problems that you have in the factory, how many inspection rounds and near misses did you notice, maybe even per number of incidents that actually happened. But in the end, the KPIs for your safety pillar will be those that your company uses as their safety performance system. The important part of having the safety pillar in your continuous improvement structure is that you make those KPIs a very direct part of your total set of KPIs for your factory, and you will also put them into the same performance control system and into the same visioning cycle that you do with all the other KPIs like machine effectiveness and material effectiveness. There is a strong place for a number of set safety KPIs as well. And in fact, when the safety pillar is building their systems, you will see a similar pattern. I would advise any factory to have a system that stimulates and registers safety controls and safety rounds, where you go around the territory and into your factory and you check for possible dangerous situations. You would also, of course, want to register how many safety incidents you have, and don't forget the first aid cases, so the little things, because they are a good indicator where you have places in your organization where there might be a bit more risk. And of course, a very, very important KPI are the near misses. But that also means that you need a system to register a near miss, so that you have your colleagues be vigilant on where did we have a situation where we would almost have had an injury or worse. And to put this into place and then to really get everybody in the factory to really register, so to really speak out that you have these safety risks, that is quite a serious culture change for a company where this is not the norm, because you are telling to management and even to outsiders that there are possible safety risks within your workplace. This takes courage, and that also means that you need to build the system and the culture that you get this information. That is a very important part of what the safety pillar is doing. And of course, in most companies, also these systems are already existing. And where then the true role of the safety pillar comes in is that you make sure that these safety checks, including near misses, safety rounds, checks for ergonomics at the workplace, become truly an integrated part of your control loop. So together with process confirmation, with training matrices, with your performance control system, you integrate into all of those systems that you use more for your direct operational control, these safety aspects, and you treat them as one whole. And that also means that it will be the same team leaders, area managers that are responsible for the registration and the follow-up, and that from the safety department you get the same role as a quality department or a maintenance department will have in assisting to set the norm, to read the data, and to of course improve when you see that there is an opportunity or even that you have a serious deviation from your standards. And one of the great strengths of integrating these safety checks and KPIs into your regular system of performance control and performance improvement is that you also broaden the base of people that are looking for all these aspects. You don't want that only your safety experts are looking for potential hazards and for improvement points. No, it should be everybody in the factory, and especially also your management, your team leaders, who are constantly on the shop floor who also work with the people that are operating your machinery and that are walking around everywhere, to put it as an integral part of their daily control business, that they also check for safety topics. When we are talking about improving safety, we have three main areas to focus on. They are a bit different in how you tackle them. Focus on machine and workplace safety, so where you really go into the details of, is this a safe place to work? How can we improve the layout or the shielding of equipment in order to make it a lot safer to operate and to sort of remove the human factor from potential safety problems? And you have more the discipline side, so to say. So where we go into how well are our safety rules adopted by everybody in our organization? Do we have the required checks on it? And as you very well know, there are many laws and rules and also recommendations within the sphere of safety that we need to implement. And there are lots of checks and controls on this as well at a daily level. And of course, a big part of our total safety performance is that we do put the focus and attention on this, and that we actually do these checks, and that we have safety front of mind at every step that we take within our factory. And then the third is what we call the man-method issues in safety. So where did our training, the way we operate, and how we follow those standards by everyone in the organization lead to safety issues, risks, or even an accident happening? So this part, like many other continuous improvement topics, focuses on the role of people, but also the role of our work standards in achieving our objectives. Now you can imagine that this safety of the area or the equipment is a very technical topic. So for this, you will want a number of good safety experts within your team, and you also want to make sure that you have tabs on new projects or new machinery that will be brought into your factory, reconstructions, because this is really the moment that you can still change how it will be implemented. And as soon as your project is finished, it will be very expensive to upgrade the safety parameters. If we talk about the part of safety discipline and safety culture, we really need a number of managers and leaders in our factory. It is also a part that is quite often within already the safety discipline, and we have many safety officers who are very well versed in getting this culture change and having the dialogue with everyone in your organization. But really here is a key role to include operational management and also the operational leaders, safety leaders and safety ambassadors within your whole organization. And then when we talk about the man-method type of safety risks and safety losses, here is a very good position to have a number of CI trained, so continuous improvement method trained people, and probably also again team leaders, people from HR, from your training department, because this is more about how do we train our people in the correct standards, and how do we make the standards. The real technical skill involved in what is the proper safety procedure is of lower importance here than how do we make sure that somebody who gets this training really understands why this is necessary, what he has to do, what are the critical points. So this is within the sphere of training our people and getting competences up. So you see that within the safety pillar, we have a very broad set of skills and competencies that we combine all in order to improve the safety within our organization. And that is why, next to, of course, your safety manager and a number of safety officers, you want some trainers, some management, also shop floor managers within the safety pillar, so that you get this complete input and complete picture. And this again, like in all of the other continuous improvement pillars, really makes the difference between a safety department, where you have mainly your experts, and this pillar that is tasked with implementing the knowledge throughout your organization, getting direct feedback from colleagues, and making sure that you have this continuous improvement cycle and adoption into your organizational culture. So make sure that you have a nice, broad array of people throughout your organization. And what we also very often see, and it works superb, is that next to the safety pillar, you have your safety community, where there are ambassadors from maybe even each team, but at least from each area of your factory and your office, that are the ambassadors of what the safety pillar does towards the work floor, but also get the feedback on how it is received, which things work in a good way and what requires a lot of discipline. Because as soon as you have to do something difficult in order to do it safe, the chance that people do it when the manager is not watching becomes a lot lower. So that's always a risk, and it's a thing that the safety community and also of course the safety pillar will always be watching out for. How to make sure that we don't just have the safety expertise, but that we make sure that people on the work floor live up to those standards. So how do you set up a safety pillar? Since safety is such an important issue in basically any industry, I usually see that there is already a good safety team in place. So at least a safety manager. Very often there is already this idea of safety ambassadors or key people within the different departments that come together to discuss the safety in all areas of the factory. The main problem that I often see is that safety KPIs are somehow separate from operational KPIs. And if you make this bridge, it becomes a lot stronger to have this total one roadmap of improvement within your whole factory. And that is usually the main task of the safety pillar when you start it up, making sure that it becomes integrated into your control cycle, that safety improvement projects are treated as any other improvement or investment project, that they are followed up by the whole management team and not just by a number of safety experts, and that you also make sure that in your yearly and quarterly visioning and your target setting for your organization, safety targets are also analyzed, benchmarked, and that there is a vision on it, and that you do the same type of gap analysis. Really make it part of your entire continuous improvement system. So to summarize, for your safety pillar, make sure that you have a set of KPIs that measures and the actual safety results and near misses or minor incidents that are a predictor for safety incidents. Also have something in place that checks culture. So how much do people speak up? Do we share safety problems? Do we have awareness? There are a whole number of KPIs in this area. Your organization should choose which of these to focus on, and that we know when it is an unsafe situation and when it was more a training or personal deviation. And on the system side, we make sure that we have safety ambassadors or another way to really reach into the whole organization to change the culture of safety and to get the feedback, and that we make sure that we have early detection systems where we check minor incidents and also have our safety rounds to go around with a pure focus on the safety aspects of our organization. I hope you like this and that you get inspired to include safety really into the fabric of continuous improvement at your factory. If you liked it, please hit the like button, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. I wish you a very safe workday and the best of luck with your safety pillar, and as always, enjoy the journey.